Well, hello, it's Thursday and we are partway through the week, and it's lovely to be with you again. The weather's been good this week, which is always making like, oh, what was that? I'll leave it. You'll cope with the noises that are going on around me. I had a really interesting time yesterday. I did some rummaging through of stuff with some friends. And it was really difficult to know, just looking at the items in front of us, what was of value and what wasn't. Because it's sometimes very easy to put monetary value on things, isn't it? We can tell whether something that we're holding in our hands is of good quality, whether it's made from materials that are valuable, and so on. And so that kind of practical material weight is right in front of us. But that isn't the only way to measure the value of something, of course, and perhaps more important is to understand the provenance, where it's come from, how it's been acquired, how long it's been in possession, why it was given or why it was bought, and all of the kind of story around the item can perhaps make it more valuable, perhaps even priceless, and certainly make us understand whether it's special or whether it's something routine. Those stories to me seem to be far more important than the receipt from the shop. Perhaps you agree, perhaps you don't agree, but when trying to sort out stuff and seeing two or three things that all look very similar in terms of their usage and in terms of how we might store them, it's hard to know which are the ones to keep and which not. You don't need three of the same thing. To be completely trivial about it, this happened to me with colanders. We ended up with about 4 colanders in our house, and I insisted we keep the oldest because I'd had that colander since my very first ever kitchen that I'd had myself. It was still in perfect working order. It's plastic, it's going to last 1,000 years. But that colander meant something to me because it was the first colander I'd bought, and I'd had it all my adult life, and far more valuable than the stainless steel one, which arguably was the more costly one financially. Colanders. Do you see the point I'm making? The story behind something is what allows us to measure its worth far better than its monetary value. And that led me to thinking about the stuff around me and what it's important that I share with family in terms of how I've acquired something and what I think of it and how it matters to me. Do you do that? Have you shared with your friends and family why you covet certain items and why others it doesn't matter? And we know we're funny like this, don't we? There'll be a particular mug that we're devastated the handle comes off, and there'll be 4 other mugs that we'll happily put into the charity shop tomorrow. But it's the story around them. Do we tell the stories? When we look at the Bible, this matters so much. And I get asked from time to time, why do we still have the Old Testament if actually we're Christians and it's the New Testament that's the story of Christ? And there's lots and lots and lots of reasons for that. But one of the key reasons for me is that the Old Testament sets up the story and gives us the provenance, the history, the backstory, I'm missing a word now out of the context within which the New Testament arises. And we can't build the New Testament stories up without the history and the underpinning and the foundation of the Old Testament. Those are the stories, the history, the tellings that allow us to create the New Testament and the story of Christianity on top. It's not an either or, it's an first and. The stories are important, the old and the new, to get the fullest picture. Which has left me with a challenge, hasn't it? And the challenge is, what do I need to share the stories that are important to me, to those around me? Will that help them understand me better? Will it give a better depth to what I am and who I am and why I am? Are you a storyteller? What stories do you need to tell? What have you shared? What do you need to share? It's not too late. What do you value in your life that you should be sharing with somebody else? What are the stories that explain you and build you up and demonstrate your depth, your breadth, your width, your fullness, if you like? It's a good old set of questions, isn't it? Lots to ponder there, and I hope that I haven't stirred up a hornet's nest with you, but I'm going to think about it too, and pity my children if I come up with some good stories, because they will have to listen. I hope you have a good day today. I'd love to hear your stories if you want to share them with me. And I shall see some of you and be in touch soon. Have a lovely, lovely day. Lots of love to you, and God bless. Bye bye.